Breezy Blessings, and I am getting ready to make another envelope flip-flop journal, and I've had a couple of requests on how I do it. Honestly, I have seen these really all over the internet done in several different ways. Some people open their envelopes, you know, like this area here, and then open it further. That works fine. I have just been making them by keeping the envelopes as a whole, and that is working well as well. So anyways, I just thought that I'd share my process if I can actually get it figured out again. So I'm using this, the one that I had just finished, as my guide, and hopefully I kind of laid it out correctly here, and I can make this as understandable as possible. So I have 5 envelopes total, 3 the same size, so 1, 2, not this one, but 2 and 3. Okay, so I'm going to put those 2 up there. Well, then I also have 2 small ones. See, I'm already messing up. So the 2 smaller ones, they can be any size. Okay, so this is not a rule to live by. Rules are made to break, especially with junk journaling and crafting. Try it a different way, see if it works for you, and share it with us so that we can learn from you. But this is just the way that I'm going to go about it, so it will end up similar to this one. So as we can see, if you can just ignore the signatures on the inside, there's a small envelope on the front that is then connected to a larger envelope here. Okay, so that's our first part right there. So this is connected to a large envelope there. All right, so we've got that. Easy. Let's go ahead and connect it so that we don't lose our place. I love this tape, so that's what I'm going to use, and I'm just going to utilize this right here. How is everyone doing today? Honestly, it is finally summer here in Ohio, which I appreciate very much, because I feel like all winter, and we do have a longer winter than some, although I know not as long as others. However, it's long enough for me, and so I anticipate warm weather all year long, and now it's just a little bit too warm to really enjoy and appreciate, unless you're like in the shade, which I guess is fine. But I don't like to stay in the shade as much either, because I love that vitamin D. So I've been trying to get out on my front porch first thing in the morning so that I can enjoy the sunshine. All right, so it doesn't really matter which way you're going to do this, because honestly this envelope isn't utilized as an envelope on here, so I didn't leave it open to utilize, so I'm saying, as like a tuck spot or anything like that. So I'm just going to connect it as carefully as possible, line it up. You do want to leave a little bit of room for the fold, so we're going to just kind of line it up just beyond the natural fold that's there. Did I do that correctly? Probably got it a little bit crooked because I was doing it kind of wonky there. All right, so that's on. Yay, first one is done. All right, so then we see that that one is attached to this one, and then this one is attached to another fold out. This one I did leave open, however, I don't have to for this. And like I said, there's no rules. So here's, we've got our third, and I can leave it open pretty easily because I can just connect it like this, okay? Now we want it to be able to fold in, so we want, if we want it like this one at least, we want it to fold in, and then for that front to fold over it. So we want to keep it, see how this doesn't quite line up with the end of this? You can always trim it after the fact, but I would just prefer to glue it accordingly. So I'm going to leave it like that, so that we have a little bit of space in order to fit the, you know, signature and everything in, and give it a little bit of room to play with there. All right, so I'm gonna fold, let's see here, Best way to do this, obviously, it's going to have to be on the back side. So you can secure this down if you want to, knowing that the envelope isn't going to be utilized. But for my purposes, it's going to end up getting covered by other papers, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to secure this one on here. So I'm going to add some glue onto this, or some glue tape, double back sticky tape, which, by the way, you can get at any craft store. But my secret is that I normally end up buying it at the Dollar Tree, because I'm sometimes there for a quick something else, and I just check to see if they have their tape in, because they don't always have it in stock. When they do, I just buy a couple, and there I have it. Honestly, I really like it. It sticks very, very well. I've never had a trouble with anything coming undone on it. So today I got to spend some time with our, what they call the Joy Club at church. And that, it's an acronym. I'm gonna mess this up if I get talking here. All right, so that, like this, okay? So we're gonna make that fold in, but I want to secure it well to this. Whoa, hang on, this side, yes. It's so easy to get twisted around, isn't it? All right, tell me I'm not the only one. I do want to line it up so that the tops and bottoms match, though, pretty succinctly here, and then just kind of like pull it over that way a tiny bit. Does that make sense? So that the fold has just a little space. So you can see there that those lips don't quite match up, but the top and the bottom do. Okay, so boom, boom, yay, we've got our little trifold there. All right, next step, and then I'll maybe remember where I was in my little chat conversation here. All right, so we've got this section done, okay, right there. Now the next section actually then comes off of this one. All right, so let's get this straight here. So it's this section folded in that then there's another one off of. Does that make sense? Okay. So this envelope could go like this. Is that right? Yes. Like that. So that then it folds behind that whole thing. So yes, so that's right. Okay, so then we're gonna, so we've got, let me look at it again. We've got 1, 2, 3. That one's pretty easy, right? They just all kind of fold in on each other. Now on top of this one that folds in, we're gonna put one that folds to the back. Okay, so look, let's see, it's standing up like that one. That, hey, that's like an identical picture right there, if you can see it. See how this one's up and arched, the little one's sticking up, you know, off over there on the side, and then not, it just doesn't have this on it yet, which is this one, okay, which will be the easiest one to add at the end. All right, hopefully you can envision that there. So let's attach that one. Anyways, as I was saying, I got to spend some time this afternoon with what is called the Joy Club at our church, and it stands for Just Older Youth. So as you can imagine, it's our, basically our seniors group, and they are just the dearest group of people. I just really love listening to their stories and getting to know them better. Such a collective group of wisdom to learn from, and I just enjoyed my time with them. So it was, I'm not in that group age-wise, but yeah, it was nice to visit and spend time with them. just some pillars of faith in that group. So, all right, so now we're going to attach this to here, and that is going to be good. Okay, and that folds down really well, like that. So again, that's the peak right there, and then we've got one just coming off of this that folds in. So this is going to be super easy to attach right here and go boom with. All right, so, and that is one that I left open over here, and as you can see, I have that option as well. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that, and then I can start just covering the envelopes with papers. And I've been making quite a few of these recently. Kind of my obsession as far as journals go right now. I just love how interactive they are and inspiring to write in. So I figure since I'm enjoying making them, I might as well keep making them, right? And I find that the next step that I love to do is just, first of all, figure out what envelopes I'm going to leave open to use as envelopes to store papers in, and then cover them with papers. So I'll just show you kind of the collection of papers that I've gathered together really quickly. And then I think that'll be that for this video. But so we've got boom, the smaller envelope attached to a larger envelope, attached to a larger envelope, right there, envelope, envelope. I just did them both different ways. Open again, another envelope, little envelope, boom. Big spot right there for a larger signature. So it's almost like a book in the back there. And then you're back to the beginning again. So it actually leaves space for a small signature here, a large signature here, small signature here, and a large signature here. Okay. All right. So that's that. If you do try the envelope flip-flop journal in this format, I'd love to know. Just let me know, and I'd love to see it. All right. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you're creating in order to be a reflection of our Creator.